Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are diving into a comparison that has caught the attention of analysts, aviation enthusiasts, and defense experts across the globe. The face-off between Israel's F-35l Adir and Russia's Su-57 Felon is more than a matchup between two advanced fighter jets. It is a reflection of two entirely different philosophies of aerial warfare, two different visions of air dominance, and two different interpretations of what the sixth wave of air superiority could look like. As tensions increase in several regions around the world, the relevance of such a comparison has never been more important. This is not just a battle of specifications, it is a battle of strategy, technology, survivability, and future readiness. Today, we explore the truth behind what might shape the next era of air superiority warfare. The story begins with the origins of these aircraft. The F-35l Adir is born from Israel's deep integration of the American F-35 platform, but the Adir is far more than a standard variant. It is a customized intelligence-powered masterpiece built to operate in hostile airspace with absolute autonomy. Israel has modified the jet with its own mission systems, algorithms, sensors, countermeasures, and electronic warfare suites. Over the years, the Adir has evolved into a platform that does not simply collect data, but analyzes, prioritizes, and uses it in real time. The jet is designed around the concept of information dominance, allowing its pilots to see the battlefield long before the enemy even realizes they are being observed. On the other side stands the Su-57 Felon, Russia's first attempt at a stealth fighter. It represents Russia's pursuit of raw aerodynamic capability, extreme maneuverability, and powerful air-to-air weaponry. The Su-57's developers envisioned an aircraft that could fly fast, turn hard, and overwhelm opponents with both kinematic performance and advanced missiles. The Russian approach emphasizes aggressive dogfighting potential, high thrust to weight ratio, and the ability to carry large weapons internally and externally. This jet, in Russia's eyes, is supposed to be a blend of stealth and super maneuverability, capable of dominating contested airspace even when facing stealthier Western aircraft. However, comparing these two platforms requires understanding the fundamental difference between their design philosophies. For Israel, stealth is the shield. For Russia, maneuverability is the sword. The Adir's stealth is not just about shaping and coatings. It is about reducing every form of signature, radar, infrared, and even electronic emissions. Israel's modifications include mission-adaptive stealth behavior, meaning the aircraft manages what it emits and hides in a network of data shared across the battlefield. The jet can silence its systems, operate passively, and rely on partner aircraft or ground stations for information. In an era where detection means destruction, this ability gives the Adir a decisive edge. The Su-57, meanwhile, does not rely as heavily on stealth. Its design shows a compromise between low observability and high aerodynamic performance. The aircraft incorporates stealth shaping, but the exposed engine nozzles, serrated edges, and less refined radar absorbing materials make it more detectable. Russia compensates by focusing on speed, agility, and sensor power. The Su-57 carries advanced infrared sensors capable of detecting enemy aircraft by heat signatures alone, even when radar stealth is effective. This focus on multi-spectrum detection offers a defensive counter to stealth, but it does not eliminate the advantage stealth provides, especially when combined with electronic warfare. When comparing the avionics, the difference becomes even clearer. The Adir's electronics architecture is its real superpower. Israel integrated its own artificial intelligence systems into the jet. This AI helps the pilot manage enormous amounts of data, prioritize threats, and even suggest tactical maneuvers. The cockpit becomes a command center rather than just a flight station. The jet learns from every mission, updates itself, and adapts to future threats. This gives the pilot an unmatched situational advantage, allowing them to strike without being seen. The Su-57's avionics are powerful but lack the deep network integration of the Adir. It is designed to operate in environments where satellite networks and advanced communication grids may not always be available. Russia emphasizes ruggedness and independence. The Su-57 features strong electronic warfare systems meant to jam enemy missiles, radars, and even drones. Its sensors have wide coverage, offering strong close-range detection capabilities. Yet, the absence of a global high-fidelity data ecosystem limits the Su-57's informational advantage. Weaponry brings another layer to the comparison. The Adir uses a combination of stealth, designed weapons, long-range air-to-air missiles, and smart bombs guided by real-time battlefield intelligence. The aircraft can strike from far distances and retreat without ever engaging in a visible dogfight. Its missiles are optimized for beyond visual range kills based on data fusion. This means the jet can fire at targets that it may not even be visually tracking, relying on external sensors, AWACS systems, or allied platforms. The philosophy is simple: destroy the enemy before the enemy even knows what's happening. Russia's Su-57, however, brings a different arsenal. It carries long-range air-to-air missiles, hypersonic weapons, and even air-to-ground munitions designed for heavy strikes. Russia's emphasis on large missile payloads gives the Su-57 power in both offensive and defensive roles. The Felon is expected to fire its new long-range air-to-air missiles from distances meant to counter Western stealth aircraft. These weapons, some traveling at hypersonic speeds, are designed to overwhelm defenses through sheer velocity. The Su-57 also has the ability to deploy large anti-ship and anti-surface missiles, expanding its mission range further than many Western fighters. The question most people ask is simple: which jet would win in a real confrontation? The answer depends entirely on the scenario. If the engagement happens beyond visual range, the Adir's stealth, AI, and data-driven targeting give it a massive advantage. The aircraft is designed for first look, first shot, and first kill capability. The Su-57 would have difficulty detecting an Adir early enough to strike first. In such a fight, the Adir would likely fire long before the Su-57 gets a lock. But if the fight moves into close-range combat, the situation changes dramatically. The Su-57's super maneuverability allows it to perform extreme angles of attack, tight turns, and rapid vertical maneuvers. The aircraft can dodge missiles, reposition aggressively, and even out-maneuver many fighters in a dogfight. The Adir, while maneuverable, is not built for extreme dogfighting. However, the Adir's strategy is to never let the fight reach that stage. Its pilot will rely on stealth, distance, and sensors to avoid such engagements entirely. Another important factor is combat experience. The Adir has real operational history. Israel has used the platform in strikes across the Middle East, adapting it quickly to real battlefield conditions. Israeli pilots have trained extensively with other F-35 variants, and the jet has proven reliable in multiple missions. The Su-57, meanwhile, has limited combat exposure. Russia has deployed it in controlled conditions, but full-scale operational feedback is still minimal. The Felon has faced challenges in production, supply chain delays, and development issues. When it comes to maintenance, the Adir benefits from an ecosystem of global support, shorter repair cycles, and a sophisticated logistics system. The Su-57 faces more challenges due to sanctions, limited production numbers, and fewer spare parts. Maintenance affects readiness, and readiness affects who shows up first during a conflict. In modern warfare, the aircraft that is available at the right time often has the upper hand. Pilot training also plays a critical role. Israeli pilots undergo one of the toughest Air Force training programs in the world. Their real-world combat exposure gives them a tactical understanding that is difficult to match. Russian pilots are also highly skilled, but the number of flight hours, access to multinational exercises, and exposure to joint operations tends to be higher for Western-aligned pilots. Training does not guarantee victory, but it shapes the instincts needed in split-second aerial combat decisions. The geopolitical dimension adds another layer. Israel's integration with allied networks provides the Adir with a massive support grid. Surveillance satellites, ground radars, partner aircraft, and electronic warfare systems can all contribute to the Adir's situational awareness. Russia's Su-57 operates more independently with fewer integrated allies. This isolation limits the volume of information feeding into the jet. In an age where information is ammunition, this difference matters. Looking ahead, both countries are already preparing the next stage of evolution. Israel is enhancing AI-driven combat autonomy, swarm drone integration, and new long-range weapons for the Adir. Russia is working on improved stealth coatings, upgraded engines, and better avionics for future Su-57 variants. The battlefield of tomorrow will involve cyber warfare, electronic deception, drone swarms, and hypersonic engagements. Both jets are evolving, but their paths remain different, one focused on information dominance, the other on power and maneuverability. Ultimately, the truth behind the next air superiority war is that victory will not come from a single advantage. It will come from the fighter that combines stealth, speed, data, survivability, pilot skill, and technological adaptability. The F-35l Adir brings unmatched battlefield awareness and survivability through stealth and AI integration. The Su-57 brings raw power, maneuverability, and heavy firepower. Each aircraft is a product of its nation's strategy, doctrine, and military ecosystem. The real question is not which plane is better, but which philosophy is better suited to the future of warfare. Will air combat be dominated by invisible jets striking from extreme distances with AI-guided precision? Or will the unpredictable chaos of close-range maneuver combat still decide the skies? The answer may determine not just the winner of future dogfights, but the direction of next-generation warfare itself. As both nations continue to refine their machines, the world watches closely. One thing is certain, the next era of air superiority will not be decided by speed alone, nor stealth alone, nor firepower alone. It will be decided by who can outthink, outmaneuver, and adapt the enemy in a battlefield where every second counts. The truth behind the next air superiority war is that it will be fought not just with aircraft, but with information, algorithms, and the minds of pilots trained to make impossible decisions under unimaginable pressure. And in that battlefield, both the F-35l Adir and the Su-57 will play defining roles in shaping the future of aerial combat.